All right, guys, I'm back with Steven from Clouds Taste Satanic over here at Mango Music Radio, and we're going to jump into our next question, which is, how does it feel working with Majestic Mountain Records for the release of 79 AE by you guys?
We're big fans of the label. It really is. Marco is a great guy. We wanted to work with a label in Europe because that's kind of where we feel like our future lies as far as playing and traveling. But he's very sympathetic to music that's a little more adventurous than some of the other labels. It seems, from what we can tell, he's willing to um, take a chance on bands that might take play music that's a little more challenging, longer. Certainly with us not having a vocalist and playing 20-minute songs, some labels are a little more concerned about that. Marco is not. He's got bands for sure that are definitely more of, well, I don't want to say mainstream, that wouldn't be appropriate, but certainly bands, more conventional setup bands, with vocalists, and even though they're heavy, more reasonable song lengths. But he's definitely shown an ability to put out things that again are a little more challenging. And I think he's really carved a niche for in the community for what he's doing. It's a great label, and we're happy to be on it, and happy to put our records out, and happy that he's happy to have us.
Who is the artist used to design the cover art for 79 AE?
The art for 79 AE, God, I wanna say it's in the liner notes. I have to look that. God, I should actually look that up for I should know that. Um, his name escapes me at the moment. Do you want me to spend the time to look? Can you edit it? Hang on a second. Hold
Yeah,
on. Is it okay? You can bear with me. I don't know if you can edit this to make it less time consuming. I feel bad now. I don't have his name memorized, and I should. It's been so long since the time lapse of arranging artwork and actually having the record come out can be pretty long. His name is Murkow Gastow, and he's Italian, but he's based in Berlin. And we had seen some of his work and on Instagram, and found something that he did that really was appropriate for the music. And we reached out to him, worked with him, and the end result is the artwork for 79A. I think he did an amazing job.
who are the band's musical influences?
We're all over the map, but I'd say the main ones tend to be the classics, Black Sabbath, Sleep. Um, I tend to move more in a post-rock vein. There's bands called Godsleep You Black Emperor. And I tend to like a lot of the Chicago instrumental bands, Russian Circles and Pelican. Fans of those bands as well too. So I would say, and of course, Bong Ripper. So we kind of all over the place a little bit. Brian, our other guitarist, has a deeper well. He's into bands like Swans and Pixies. Greg is again all over the map. He really likes a band called Trans Am. And Rob, I can't remember what his influences are, but they tend to be rock. I am listening to a lot more jazz at the moment, but I think if we're writing songs and putting music out, our influences that show tend to be heavier bands. And again, we tend to prefer bands without vocals or vocals that work for us. There's a band from Europe called Monkey 3 that we're really into. So we're all over the map in the scene.
Right on. Before we get into the next question, another one you might want to check out. I don't know if you heard of him, Buckethead.
Buckethead.
Yeah, he's a guy that plays the guitar with a bucket on his head.
I've heard of Buckethead. Yes, he is. I've heard of him. Hey, didn't he play with Slash or Guns N' Roses? Wasn't that his thing for a little bit?
I don't know if he played with Slash or Guns N' Roses. All I know is he does some solo stuff that he does called Buckethead Land. I have all their albums, all 300 albums they've done in the span of like 10 years.
300. My God, that's a lot of
The
record.
guy is a lunatic when it comes to writing, man. You
Oh
saw
my
him
God.
pumping music out, you mean, holy Christ, this guy does a lot, man.
Well, I feel better now. We put out like an album a year and it sounds like a lot, but man, if you got 300 records in 10 years, that's pretty impressive.
That's insane.
All right, I'm checking them out then. I am absolutely checking them out.
There's another band that's death metal slash grindcore called Clumps of Flesh. They did 19 releases in 2019.
Wow. Full length records?
Actual like shorter albums, like 10 songs, 8 songs, but all under 20 minutes.
Wow, that's still a lot of material to put
I
out.
know. It's pretty crazy.
Man, that's awesome. Thank you for the tips.
Where have you toured?
Um, like I said, we've real tours we've mostly been in Europe. We've done some short runs. We did a short run in Texas a couple of years ago, and along the East Coast. Greg really wants to focus on maybe doing a tour in California next year. That seems to be the focus, but it's a big world, so we're trying to pick our spots. You know, it's there's a lot of places to cover. We'll be in the UK in May.
Right on. And just so you know, I hope eventually you guys come up to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and do a Canadian tour for shows at some point.
We'd love to. We've got some people who are interested in Canada that want to see us play, so it's
I'm
definitely
one
on
of
the
them.
list.
I'm actually one of them, buddy.
That's cool.
If you guys came up here, there's a place called the Park Theater that is loud but good for sound.
Nice. That
Yeah,
sounds
very
perfect
nice
for us.
setup there. And we already talked about upcoming shows, I think, earlier in the interview, did we not?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I was just double checking. Who handles all the daily business activities, such as bookings, promotions, and all that stuff?
We all contribute a little bit. I'd say that myself and Greg do a lot of well, we're like gearing up for this tour, and so there's a lot of legwork to do, hotels and travel things. I think Greg is our drummer has really stepped up. I do a bunch of it, but everyone in the band is now we're like kind of in gear to get things done. So everyone in the band is kind of contributing to I would say I do more of the day-to-day stuff, but when it comes down to shows and tours, everyone in the band steps up and puts their 2 cents in to make sure things run well.
Excellent. And Annalise, was the last question of the interview, and I'll need the station IDs from you.
Sure.
What new band news do you have on the Clouds Taste Satanic front? As in anything we haven't covered so far in this interview.
Look for a Christmas EP on vinyl come November.
Okay, and that leaves us with the station IDs. First one is, hey, this is Steven of Clouds Taste Satanic, and you're listening to Mangled Music Radio whenever you're ready.
This is Steve from Clouds Taste Satanic, and you're listening to Mangled Metal Radio.
Mangled Music Radio.
I knew I was gonna screw that up. All right, let me
It
try.
happens
Mangled
sometimes.
Music. All right, let me try it again. Can I just anytime?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. This is Steven from Clouds Taste Satanic, and you're listening to Mangled Music Radio.
And the second one is for Craig's Metal Storm. You can come up with whatever you want in that one.
You are listening to Craig's Metal Storm, and you better be fucking awesome about it. Nope. Let me I don't know if it should be. I don't know if it should be cursing. Craig's Metal Storm.
Yep.
This is this. Okay, let me start. This is Steve from Clouds Taste Satanic, and you are checking out Craig's Metal Storm.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for the interview.
Hey, thanks, Craig. I'm glad we could make it happen.
You're welcome. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your night.
All right, man. Take care. It's good talking to you.